Arne Leeds, please come over. This is a sustainable event, Arne. So, 16 Jahre. So, please get seated. We do not have the same music like in the PS Congress, and Franz Timmermans is not dancing here, but don't worry. So please get seated. The jury and award is here. MEPs in the second row for once. Julie, I regret. So please find yourself a comfortable seat. Joseph. So, all fine. The bar will be opened after the ceremony. So please, can you all get seated? That would make the life easier. Okay. Good. Everybody seated. Mobile phones you can tweet, but you should not phone during the ceremony. There is some background music still, so whose mobile is it? It's done. Okay, welcome everybody. My name is Conny Reuter. I was told I should wear this to be recognized. Okay, that's fine. So I'm the Secretary General of this organization, which is called Solidar. It's a particular pleasure to welcome you again for the annual Silver Rose Awards ceremony. And just to let you know that this time you always need to innovate, and as we have many Spanish speakers with us, there is translation English into Spanish. So there are headsets in the back of the room, so please, if you need, get yourself a headset. I would make a big mistake if I would welcome personally everybody, but let me say at least a personal welcome to Udo Willmann, comrade, friend, President of the SD Group, to Sergei Stanishev, President of the PS, well re-elected, to Joseph Weidenholzer, our former President of Solidar and Vice President of the SD Group and co-founder of Solidar, and La Presidenta Paca Soquillo, a warm welcome. And could you imagine any social democratic socialist event without Zita Gurmai? But this is not only a socialist, social democratic and socialist family event, and it's a particular pleasure to welcome a very special friend of mine whose name is Thomas Hendel. For me, the problem is not that he is in the left. It's a pity, but not a problem. But the problem is he's a supporter of Bayern München, which I'm not. But okay, I will not bother you anymore. We have an exciting evening ahead of us. I'm very proud that we have managed to have again an edition of the Solidar Silver Rose Awards, and by cheating Arne Leeds, our Mr. SDGs, yes, we can say in all modesty, it's a sustainable event because we do this since the year 2000. So let's start now. There's a video, and then I will hand over to the excellent journalist who is Jennifer Baker. And the leitmotif, for sure, there should be two leitmotifs, if I may say. The one is together. Together was the journey that we started 3 years ago to prepare the European elections. and together all progressive around the family, being Solidar, FEBS, party, group, unions and others, and it's a large series of events on which we are working, so I think this is an excellent approach. And some of you may remind the song from former times, All Together Now. I think that should be our song for this campaign, seriously. And the other, if I may say the following. Politicians, well, I'm a political being, yes, but not a politician, but thinking politically. But politicians often want to talk to people, have many things to say. Today, we may invert the curve a little bit. And what is interesting, we have excellent awardees in the different categories. And perhaps if we think on what is coming up, the next election campaign for the European Parliament, if we think on the RIG, let's listen to them, let's get inspired by what they do on the ground, how they stand, what they stand for, how they fight, what they are promoting, because I think this is a moment of mutual learning. And in this sense, I'm very proud to be Secretary General of Solidar, open again the Silver Rose Awards 2019, and let's have a good moment, inspiring, combativ, combattant, und ja, der uns Motivation gibt, damit wir dieses Jahr angehen können, wie es sich gehört. Video, and then the excellent Jennifer will take it over. Thank you very much.
Okay, that was tremendously impressive music. I feel a little bit embarrassed following that. I think you're all expecting Johnny Depp or someone to come on after that music. I'm not Johnny Depp, as you can see. I'm Jennifer Baker, a journalist based here in Brussels. And thank you. And I have been lucky enough to present various of the Together events over the years, so I'm familiar with a lot of the great work that's going on. And just to echo what Connie said, tonight, even though we do look ahead to the European elections coming up, it's front of mind for everyone. Tonight's about inspiration and celebration, and awards are supposed to be fun, so I do hope everyone will enjoy themselves. Again, a few housekeeping notes. Please do switch your phones to silent so that we can enjoy what our great awardees and the jury members have to say. But do not switch them off entirely. Do live tweet. You can use the hashtag Silver Rose and try and tag as many of your friends and colleagues who are not here to get them inspired as well. And with that, I will hand over for our opening to Francesca Pacasaquillo, who is the chair of the Silver Rose Awards jury and Solidar president. Thank you.
Buenas noches, good evening, bonsoir, guten Nacht. Queridas amigas y amigos, eurodiputados del Parlamento Europeo, algunos ya han sido citados y me alegro mucho de que esté aquí Udo, que esté mi predecesor como presidente de Solidar, que esté Joseph Weindefort, el cual aprendí de él para ser presidenta de esta organización. Y otros compañeros que he visto por la sala, que no voy a citar a todos porque siempre me quedaré alguno, pero os agradezco mucho que estéis aquí con nosotros. Miembros de organizaciones sociales, plataformas sociales, familias de grupos políticos y, sobre todo, los galardonados que les vamos a entregar su reconocimiento por cada uno de los trabajos que ellos están realizando en este momento. Quiero darles a todos ustedes la bienvenida a la 16ª edición de la ceremonia de los premios Silver Rose, que se celebra cada año y, como muy bien ha dicho el secretario general, desde el 2000. Me gustaría dar las gracias también al staff de Solidar y a su secretario, ya lo he dicho, por la organización de esta ceremonia, que es una ceremonia entre amigos, pero amigos que tenemos que seguir trabajando juntos. Y a los miembros del jurado por el reconocimiento que han hecho de los premios. Así como quiero agradecer la colaboración para este acto de celebración al Grupo Socialdemócrata e Iniciativa Together, al Partido Socialista Europeo y a Euroactiv por la realización que tenemos para este acto. Para todos nosotros es una ocasión de celebración apoyar a aquellas organizaciones de la sociedad civil e individuos cuya lucha, como ya ha dicho muy fuertemente el secretario general, contribuyen a la justicia social y a la solidaridad en Europa y en todo el mundo, puesto que estos premios se reconocen también a personas fuera del ámbito europeo. Especialmente cuando nos encontramos en una situación complicada, con un auge de los nacionalismos, con una persecución de activistas de derechos civiles, con discursos cada vez más frecuentes xenófobos y de odio en muchos de nuestros países europeos. Nuestra visión es alcanzar una Europa social e inclusiva a través del trabajo de las políticas establecidas en los Objetivos del Desarrollo Sostenible, ODS, mediante el desarrollo del pilar de los derechos sociales europeos. Nuestro objetivo es asegurar la protección de los derechos fundamentales de las personas en la Unión Europea, incluidos a los migrantes, promover una participación ciudadana activa y la inclusión social. Por tanto, ante las próximas elecciones europeas, queremos trabajar en una mayor inversión social en proyectos y programas orientados a luchar contra este discurso de odio y a prevenir las discriminaciones que se están dando y, sobre todo, luchar contra las desigualdades que se están dando en cada uno de nuestros países. Antes de finalizar, quisiera señalar la vital importancia que para Solidar y para todos los que estamos en esta sala tienen las elecciones europeas que se van a producir próximamente este año, para dos objetivos: promover la paz, la convivencia democrática entre todos nosotros. Estamos muy preocupados, como organización de Solidar, de lo que está surgiendo en algunos de nuestros países. Hoy, a través de estos premios de Silver Rose, celebramos esto justamente, lo que es la lucha y la conquista por la paz, la convivencia entre todas las sociedades y entre todos los países y, sobre todo, el trabajar por las desigualdades que se están dando. Por eso, estos premios es una ocasión más para que pongamos en relieve lo que son las ideas de justicia, de solidaridad y libertad. Y quiero felicitar a los que vamos a hacer, a los galardonados de estos premios. Muchísimas gracias a todas y a todos los que estáis aquí, porque efectivamente es un día que ya muchos de vosotros querréis ir a descansar y os tenemos aquí con los premios. Muchas gracias.
Thank you very much. Now, to represent the other side of the those on these signs that we see here around us, we have Udo Bullmann, the president of the group of the Progressive Alliance of Socialists and Democrats here in the European Parliament, very well known to everyone. And then we will have Sergei Stanishev, president of the Party of European Socialists, so bringing us both here in the European Parliament and the greater EU perspective. So, gentlemen, please.
Dear President of Solidar, dear Secretary General of Solidar, Paca and Connie, friends of the Solidar family, honorable guests, it's an honor to be here tonight. But I have to start with this football picture because it was too provocative. Thomas, you have no idea how happy I am to seeing you here. And I have to claim, I'm everything but not a Bayern Munich supporter. Most of you know that. But I have to ask for respect, even for Bayern Munich supporters, please. So the Progressives are a family that have respect as their slogan. And it's even easier because we tonight can also welcome the friends from Levin Subotic Foundation that helps to balance that. Those who know about German football know exactly. Norbert is already laughing, others as well. It's easy to balance if you have more than one club culture in one room. So welcome also Bayern Munich supporters, welcome especially my dear friend Thomas. But coming back to the serious, honorable character of this evening, I was told, Connie will correct me, this is the 16th round of Silver Rose Awards. What a huge tradition. What a huge tradition of progressive thought and humanitarian practice. And I would like to underline that we need Solidar, and we need this Silver Rose Awards to celebrate the excellence that is coming from society and from our family. You know, as I know, that this world is in a state of war. In many areas of this globe, you can see it, that we are in a state of war. In many areas, you don't see it at first glance, but you know about it. The divides between rich and poor, hatred, criminal activities, lack of natural resources, awkward behavior amongst as well as within our societies give rise to new worries. Once we thought the basic cleavages were overcome between East and West, we got to know about new cleavages, North and South, and again, very, very national thoughts in several areas of this world. We are disappointed about the development in Russia. We are disappointed about the development in the United States. You know that. And it does not help forward those forces who would create peace and multilateral understanding. So we are in a fight for humanity. We are in a fight for progress in the world, as well also in the European Union. You know that this next election of the European Union will be perhaps the most decisive one we have ever seen. Whether we are really in this situation at the crossroads.
Estamos destruyendo el mayor proyecto de la humanidad que ha visto Europa. Deberíamos progresar y unificar toda nuestra energía para crear una Unión Europea mejor. Y yo deseo que los progresistas os unáis a construir esta Europa y que no permitamos que nadie destruya lo que ya hemos conseguido. Este es mi deseo para este año que empieza.
And our group, the Socialists and Democrats, and hopefully not only we stand ready to fight. We stand ready to fight. Because we know only if we go the extra mile, only if we are ready to mobilize all our energies, we stand a chance to change the page. We will be able to motivate citizens if we explain that we need radical change. This European project has to change, yes, fundamentally, towards the needs of its people. Let us talk to ordinary people again. Let us detect the chance to motivate them to join us in this fight, and they will do as soon as they see that we are really committed. Yes, we are really committed. We will not swallow poverty in the European Union anymore. We will not swallow that young people, that children, stick in poverty in all our rich communities and rich countries in the European Union. This is not acceptable, and we will do everything in the next years to fight that fundamentally, so that every child, every person has the chance to grow up and to live in decent environments. This is one of our core beliefs that has to be transmitted into political reality in the next months and the next years. And I can only say, please, everybody, all organizations, all political groups who have the same idea, let us join our forces. But let me also say that this is the evening of the civic society. The groups in society, the bottom-up projects, the ideas, the commitment of individuals, of groups who are not professional politicians. And we, in the political business, we know exactly if you do not go bottom up, if you do not invest yourself in social initiatives that help the refugees, that fight child poverty, that provide for better integration conditions, who help women in need and children in need, without your strength, without your firm convictions, we could not do anything. This Silver Rose Award is a symbol and a signal that we honor your initiatives. We are doing that today, we did it yesterday, and we will honor that tomorrow. Please stay strong, please stay healthy, please let us join in our very, very needed and justified fight. Thank you and have a nice evening.
Good evening, everybody, dear friends. I'm honored to be here again at this annual Silver Rose Reward organized by Soledad. And I would like to start with words of gratitude to Connie and to Soledad for raising high the flag of humanity and solidarity, and doing it for so many years in such an emotional and devoted manner. And to all the organizations and people who are partners in this process. Because, you know, we live in a strange world where people receive all the time, every day, through the media, through advertising, the messages of individualism, selfishness, and consumption. The message which people get is, take care of yourself, don't think about the rest. What all of you are doing, not once a year, but on a daily basis, is helping people in need. People who need solidarity in all of our countries, in Europe and far beyond, around the globe. And this is so inspiring and so noble. It's worth living. Thank you very much for what you're doing, indeed. To all of you, not only to the awardees, but all the people in your organizations who are doing this work, making the world a little better every day. You probably have read that a few days ago, 30 prominent intellectuals, including Nobel Prize winners, addressed an open letter defending Europe and appealing to politicians, to people who make decisions, to the leaders, please defend the European project. We have lived in a world where the achievements of Europe, peace, solidarity, mutual respect, shared well-being of the nations was taken for granted. And yet we see today that Europe is threatened to be destroyed. But let us not be mistaken. We, progressives, cannot just stand up and say, Europe is nice, so we should defend it. Europe was betrayed. The European idea was betrayed by the conservative status quo for so many years. You know very well that the European idea was developing on the basis of effectively a social democratic consensus, that there should be fair societies, welfare societies, not only in the borders of a nation state, but as an imminent characteristic of the European project. But the EPP withdrew from this consensus. They changed it by neoliberal policies and betrayed the ideas of freedom, equality, and solidarity. And solidarity. And this is why people have all the reasons today to be angry. because far too many citizens of Europe feel abandoned. Europe became, instead of the force of hope, as it used to be for decades, for many generations, a force which is punishing nations, which is destroying the fabric of our societies, and which just thinks about the big companies, the corporations, and the rich. We as Social Democrats cannot stand this situation anymore. In the forthcoming elections, we shall raise high and wave proudly our flag of Europe, which is united, which is fair, which is solidary, which works for every European citizen. For many, not for the few, a phrase which has become very popular coming from Britain in the last years. This is our historical mission, because this is the only way to save Europe from destruction. And we have to be very clear about our opponents. Sometimes, even I make mistakes saying we have two different threats. One is the status quo, which is the EPP, which says everything is fine, no changes are needed, and the other are the extreme nationalists. But they are merging together these days. The conservatives, the traditional conservatives, are building bridges, as they say, to Salvini, Orban, many others. I will not be surprised if they go even further. For the sake of power, to be in control, to be in charge, and to keep the status quo in the end. But we, Social Democrats, Socialists, shall oppose them, both of them. But we can't do it without having really in our hearts, in our souls, this sense of urgency. This is not just one more elections. These elections can be decisive and will be decisive, can bring new hope or can destroy a dream which is unique in the history of our continent. We all have to feel how important it is, each person who cares about the European idea, each person who wants to see a social Europe again, ready to stand up, to speak loudly about the lies of the right wing, of the extreme nationalists, and to give a strong alternative for deep and radical change for Europe in order to save it. Maybe it sounds simple, but it's very difficult. But thanks to you, to the civil society, to our parties, to our militants, we can do it. So let's mobilize and do it together. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. And now I'd like to call up to the stage to say a few words to help us set the scene. A special guest, please, Luca Javier from the EESC, the president, please. Thank you very much, Luca.
Bonsoir à tout le monde. On peut pas utiliser le français ici? Ce n'est plus une langue officielle de l'Union européenne. Perhaps I have to use Italian. That is my mother tongue. So first of all, very good evening to everybody. I see the president of the Socialist Group because you were in the same meeting just a few minutes ago. So I saw you, and after I came after you. So a very good evening. I was expected to say a few words in the conclusion, so he just arrived, but I was kept here. What can I say? First of all, that I am very honored and very happy to be here with you this evening. I have participated as a simple participant and a follower, a supporter for some years to this event due to my old friendship with Connie Reuter and with the impressive work that he has done for so long time here in Europe. And now this year, Connie has asked me to come and to say a few words as the ESC president in this moment. First of all, I have to congratulate you, Solidar, and all the network that you represent, and with the support and the engagement of the SD group here in the Parliament for this Silver Rose Award, because now it has become an annual history, and some people are usually the same, but this sort of continuity, not to have always rottamazione, that is an Italian word that has been used too much, in this field is very important. You know, in one of my past life, I also came from the field of the direct intervention, the NGO, dealing with international affairs. I worked a lot for and in Africa with migrants, and so I fully understand and fully appreciate and fully see the importance not only of the work that you are doing, but also the relevance of the 5 champions that you have chosen this year as the other year. Because we need not only to talk the talk, but also to walk the walk. And to continue to walk the walk, doing concrete things, to say very normal and simple things. The first is I care, we care. That's nothing to do with the political color. That's what makes the difference for civil society all around Europe and the world. We care. We take for serious the challenge, the pain, the fatigue, the stress, and also the violation of human rights or fundamental rights all around the world. And we engage for this, not only making important information lobbying campaign, but taking action, transforming people from spectator to actor of a different future. That's what makes the difference of the action that you are doing. And that's so important today in the depressive climate that we are living everywhere. I was just listening to the last word that you are saying, the necessity to engage for I don't know if for a different Europe, for a true Europe that will fully realize the promise of the founding fathers, because this project is still valid. The Schuman Declaration is still one of the best and most important, most large and most advanced political declaration of the human history. It's a dream that is totally unfinished in its realization. And the risk today is to destroy this dream. For the external forces that are working to destroy this dream for purpose, we have a lot of enemies, but also for our incapacity to relaunch this dream and to be united on what counts, on what matters, and to stop to be divided on what doesn't count. When I see, just to mention one of the several issues, that in the last 4 years, 40% of the time of all the EU summit of head of state and government has been wasted, because this is the word, for discussing not about migration, that is a wide issue, but about the management of illegal flow in the Mediterranean, without solving this, because we are still in the middle of the problem, as nothing has been done for years. So this is incredible, because the time, the investment of our head of state or government has been enormous, and the question has become one of the more divisive questions, has become the question that has broken a lot of political systems. For example, in my country, Italy, on the migrant, there has been an incredible alliance of forces so different, but on this, they are totally in the same line, and they are incapable to intercede the fear of people that do not feel that politicians and institutions are capable to solve this issue, to make a clear solution in long term, also in terms of security and protection. So to be capable to be consistent in delivering a result, as you are doing, to experiment solution, sometimes we can fail. I came from the field of NGO. Only the womb that are doing nothing never failed. If you do, the only security you have that you can fail. and sometimes we can succeed. But this capacity to reinvent every day the reason of the future, responding to concrete demand, is what makes the difference. And I am absolutely convinced that this is what Europe needs today. Europe needs today, I am very passionate of this, is the slogan also of my presidency, Renaissance, putting together the Renaissance and the EU. That is a fantastic movement that started in Italy a few centuries ago, that has allowed all Europe to come out for the end of the Middle Ages, discovering a new perspective, a new humanistic, positive, changing perspective to shape the modern Europe, is still what Europe needs today. We are at the end of a period. We can go in the disaster of another war, fascist, negationism, division, walls, Iron Curtain, or we can build a new Renaissance based on fundamental values, the role of culture, but also trust in science, but the role also of concrete action from civil society. In that time, the civil society that has widespread the word of Renaissance were the merchant and the banker. Today we are happy that there are many more than merchant and banker capable to do this, and we are part of this challenge. So we can do this. And one of the elements of the Renaissance was the issue of humanism. This is exactly the capacity to make the person in the center, to trust the person, to invest in the capacity of the person, to respond to the challenges not as a spectator, not as a soumis, as it was during the Middle Ages, but as a protagonist, as a key element of capable to change the world, is what you are doing. And the 5 prizes are exactly saying this. So let me congratulate you for this, and let me conclude only with a few words of a champion of Renaissance, another Italian, Leonardo da Vinci. This year we remember the 500 years of his death. Leonardo da Vinci is the symbol of Renaissance, a man of culture, arts, a man of science and innovation, an incredible engineer, a man of investment, of risk, taking risk, and a man capable to also to renew, to push also the local government to renew. So he's a symbol of Renaissance. And Leonardo da Vinci told, "I've been impressed with the urgency of doing. Knowing is not enough. We must apply. Being willing is not enough. We must do. You are doing. We have the responsibility to unify, to make a large coalition of all the people that are the large, vast majority that are doing. Employers, entrepreneurs, bankers, trade unionists, NGO, consumer. There are a lot of people that every day, by necessity, are doing, are responding, even at the family level. You cannot allow yourself to stay sitting in a chair in a depressed way. You have to respond to event, reason for the future. So make the alliance with people that are doing, trying to invent the future, and all these people, although they belong to several fields, but also several political ideology, but finally they are investing on the future, because they are doing this every day. So let us coalesce this, let us unite this, starting of the fantastic good job, good employer of the good as you are. Thank you so much, and congratulations to you.
Thank you, Luca, for the inspiring words. We are now at the awards stage of this evening, and we are going to award those doers that you've mentioned. We have 5 awards, but of course, every single one who comes up on this stage is a champion of human rights, and we all salute you for that. The first award is the Together for Social Europe Award, and the winner for that is the Mujeres Supervivientes de Violencias de Género. I apologize for my Spanish. And presenting the award, we have PES Women President Zita Gurmai. Could I please welcome you to the stage? And the recipients as well, please.
Isn't it amazing to be together to stand up for our common values? Buenas tardes a todas y todos. Estoy muy feliz de estar aquí con ustedes esta noche para celebrar el trabajo y los retos de las organizaciones que son presentes. It is absolutely amazing to be our great friends here and to give an award from the bottom of my heart as PS Women President. And of course, this award for such an organization comes timely. As PES Women, with the PS, with President Sergei Stanishev, and our political family has fought in 2018, and of course of the last long years, for the cause to eliminate violence against women, especially on the matter of ratifying and implementing the Istanbul Convention in all European member states. And as a member of the National Parliament, a member of the Council of Europe, I'm privileged to be the rapporteur on the Istanbul Convention, so I just would like to let you know that I am fighting on an ongoing basis. And of course, we in PS Women, we are very glad to continuously support the Silver Rose Award because it always provides a platform of recognition for outstanding civic engagement, every time considering organizations in this context of gender equality and of course, women's rights. And it has nothing to deal with my age, but I'm in the jury for 13 years, and it is an absolute privilege to see that we have a woman president and we have more and more women organizations who get the award. Congratulations for all of them. And of course, beyond the recognition, it also gives visibility to specific women issues which are often left out in the public awareness or not taken up by the media. Here we are talking especially about cases of domestic violence, and of course, I think every family, almost every family, you have your own case. And 22% of women in relationship reporting partner abuse. While these are some prevention mechanisms in place, gender-based violence and domestic abuse are not prevented from happening. It is still an endemic problem that we have to tackle in the long run. Unless gender-based violence is not a question of the past, organizations such as Mujeres Supervivientes de Violencias de Género are indispensable. And I'm not going to tell what they do because I'm still amazed and I could cry to say how fantastic you did since 2012, this organization. Can you imagine? 300 women every year. Can we get a huge applause for them? And of course, what I wish, then we could have more and more men leads organization who helps women, because that makes sense. So congratulations from the bottom of my heart, and if you allow me to give this fantastic award.
Very well done. Congratulations to all of you. Let me now, ladies, while you're getting your photographs taken, just ask what the award means to you.
Excuse me, speak Spanish, please? Or
you have your headset.
Okay.
¿Qué piensas de este award? ¿Qué piensas?
¿De este evento?
De este award.
En primer lugar, muy buenas noches a todos y a todas. Agradecer a Silver Rose Awards, agradecer a los grupos parlamentarios socialistas y demócratas este reconocimiento. Para nosotras, una entidad muy pequeña, pero muy grande de corazón, de compromiso social. Es un orgullo recibir este reconocimiento porque nos permite ver a Europa con otros ojos. Creemos que Europa es la última esperanza para poder salvar valores de democracia, de libertad, de derechos humanos, de justicia social y de defensa de los derechos de las mujeres. Todo el tiempo se ponen en cuestión los derechos de las mujeres. y que ustedes, los parlamentarios, estén atentos de las vidas de las mujeres, de las vidas de a pie de las mujeres europeas, de las mujeres migrantes. Esto habla de una ética y una estética para la existencia. Es importante que sigan luchando por estos derechos. Es importante bajar de los discursos políticos a la realidad de mujeres de carne y hueso como nosotras, mujeres inmigrantes.
Thank you, Antonia. Well, let me also, if this is working, ask you, 2018 was a challenging year for women, we could say. We had a lot of revelations. Yeah. So how important is it that, you know, this 2019 year is the year you get the award? How important is the timing? Do you think there is a change now happening in the world with regard to women's rights?
Este año nos indica que tenemos que seguir luchando. Nosotras venimos de Andalucía y en Andalucía hay fuerzas de ultraderecha que ahora mismo nos están gobernando, pero no somos la única región donde hay fuerzas de ultraderecha, lo sabemos también en Italia, en Brasil, en los Estados Unidos. Esto representa el desafío para toda la ciudadanía, para mujeres y hombres, de seguir luchando por los valores y los cimientos que tiene la Unión Europea. O sea, es una invitación a seguir luchando, es una invitación a decir, el feminismo es desde mi punto de vista, por supuesto, el feminismo es el movimiento social y político más transparente, más genuino, que lucha por poner en el centro la vida de la humanidad. No solo se habla de la vida de las mujeres, se habla de poder convivir y compartir con los hombres en respeto, en igualdad, en hacerlos nuestros aliados, en tener compañeros en la cama, en la casa, en la cocina, sin el temor de ser golpeadas o de ser asesinadas. Queremos hombres amorosos, comprometidos, feministas en nuestras vidas. Esos hombres junto con nosotras, no queremos que dirijan nuestras vidas, queremos que nos acompañen, porque esa es la esperanza para Europa y para el mundo entero, desde mi punto de vista.
And Amanda, you're here on the stage, this is your platform. Was there a message you would like to send to all of those people in the room?
Pues que tenemos que tener en cuenta que estamos en un punto de inflexión y que si no nos ponemos ahora a cambiar y a luchar por todos los derechos y toda la sociedad y el Estado de Derecho que hemos construido hasta ahora, podemos perderlo.
Thank you very much, ladies. I think that's a great message to take as we look ahead to the European Parliament elections as well. Okay, now our next award of this evening is the Organising International Solidarity Award. And the awardee, if they could please come up, we have Prodiversa, and we have the presentation by our MEP Agnes Jongerius, please.
I do hope someone is sending me an award, yes, because otherwise it feels a little bit empty, although I would have started saying I think this is the best award of the evening, because I think it's combining in a way indeed necessary not only peace at a local level, but also peace at an international level. And this organization is doing both. They are organizing in their local communities. They are working on international solidarity. And I think they do this. The speeches led to some depressions, but the awards are leading to, indeed, sparks of optimism, because in our different societies, people are working to very concrete action. I think our ORI is a very experienced organization. They have a strong commitment to international peace and solidarity and social justice, but they also have strong commitments to their own local communities. And in their work, they don't only work for people, but also with the people themselves. They work with people in vulnerable situations, with women, with young people, with children. They are offering in their local communities active job search, social economies. They are learning people's skills. And at the same time are saying we are not only working for our own local community, but also reach out to Morocco, to Haiti, to the Dominican Republic. They are a very special organization, and therefore, without further ado, I will present this year's International Solidarity Award to Pro Diversa.
So, Juan Carlos, just very quickly, tell me how you feel to win this award. How important is it to be recognized by all of Europe, particularly as a lot of the work you do reaches beyond European borders?
Sí, bueno, nosotros somos una organización muy local, que trabajamos desde lo local, tanto en Andalucía o en Málaga, como en otras localidades, ya pueda ser en Haití, en el norte de Marruecos, en República Dominicana o antes en otros muchos países. Sin embargo, no nos sentimos chicos, no nos sentimos ni pequeños, ¿no? Nos sentimos parte de una red neuronal que nos conecta, como decías, las sociedades, las personas, el sufrimiento, la pobreza, la exclusión, todos los efectos que tú comentabas antes de las decisiones humanas, porque no hay otro elemento en el fondo que las decisiones humanas. ¿Cómo conectamos eso? Muchas organizaciones, la nuestra y otras muchas, a través de la política también con nuestros hermanos. Para nosotros es un reconocimiento muy especial porque lo hacéis desde la familia también. Nos sentimos una organización, y siempre lo hemos dicho, progresista, socialista, muy pegados a la política. Creemos que hacemos política porque queremos transformar el mundo y eso es la mejor opción política. Y lo hacemos acompañados de políticos, hoy aquí en un escenario muy deslumbrante para nosotros, al que no estamos acostumbrados, pero sabemos que sois nuestros aliados, que el Partido de los Socialistas y los Demócratas son nuestros aliados, que las personas y los políticos que trabajan como la senadora en su país, pues también son aliados, son parte de esa red neuronal que en todos los sitios estamos haciendo el inventario del caos, de la desigualdad y de la exclusión. Entonces el efecto de esa red, aunque hoy se reconozca solo a nuestra organización, y a más organizaciones a las que felicito, el efecto lo va a tener evidentemente en un momento de tanta crisis en que, pues repito, pero también venimos de Andalucía y estamos ahora un poco alertados con el auge de la extrema derecha. Queremos decir que podemos multiplicar todos los efectos del trabajo que hacemos entre todos. Y ese es el premio, el reconocimiento que hoy nos da hoy, es el revulsivo que vamos a tener para poder seguir trabajando otros 25 años.
Well, thank you, and I'm glad you mentioned family, because I just wanted to briefly ask Rabia, how does it feel to feel this great support from the family here, and does this motivate you going forward?
Hola. El premio para nosotros nos da una fuerza para seguir adelante con el trabajo que estamos haciendo. Para una organización local como Prodeversa ha sido un honor estar aquí, recibir este reconocimiento, que para el trabajo que llevamos haciendo, la experiencia que tenemos de los 25 años de trabajo, tanto en España como fue en otros países, pues nos da un empujón, una más fuerza para seguir más y más y otros 25 años más. Así que significa mucho y significa muchísimo este apoyo a una organización como Prodeversa.
Well, congratulations, and here's to the next 25.
Thank you very much.
Very well done. Thank you very much to the paparazzi. Our next award is the Building Learning Societies Award, and the awardee is the Roma Versitas Foundation, and we will have the presentation from the jury member, Liv Franzen. Thank you.
This is better than the Oscars. This is coming to you soon. I'm not going to give a long speech, but I'm very happy to be part of the jury since a long time, and I congratulate, first of all, Connie and the president of Solidar for keeping the momentum going with this kind of initiative, bringing the best champions out of society. Really, I'm very proud also to present this award, because I believe that learning societies and education, lifelong learning, is really at the core of how we will shape our future. And you doing that every day. You don't wait for elections. You don't wait for a better government. You're doing it in a difficult circumstance. You're doing it with people that have been historically discriminated since long. And you have shaped your foundation, and you adapt your foundation to the needs, to the reality that you live in all the time, despite the fact that you don't always get the support that you need, including from the Commission sometimes. And I'm sad to hear that, because I was the Director for Social Affairs, also in charge of Roma, in education, social investment, and I believe very much that education is at the core of social investment. And I hope that, and I do everything for it, that this will continue and mobilize more support from all over. I heard that you are getting support through crowdfunding, for example. So you are not waiting for support to come to you, but you are searching it and you're getting it. You have helped an amazing number of young people in difficult circumstances to really get a new a life, in a way, a life for them in the communities and shaping new society in this world. So I'm impressed also how you reshaped and you keep in touch with your alumni. You are the director, actually, an alumni of your organization. So this is amazing. You're also heading the education team that is in your foundation. So congratulations. This is an amazing award. I'm very proud to be able to give that to you.
Very well deserved. Congratulations, ladies. Henriette, let me start by asking you You're coming from Hungary, you're looking with young people, the organization. How optimistic are you about the future with all the young people you're meeting?
If I wouldn't be, then we didn't do what we do, I guess, because what we do is we build inclusive education, inclusive society, sometimes among the most exclusive circumstances. For us, Roma, with us, Roma. So, yeah, I know that it's difficult, but we have to stay positive, otherwise we wouldn't succeed. And the most important thing that we teach to teach our students, what I was taught for, that we have to advocate for our rights and we have to shape our narrative. So every time when it's a possibility, we have to grab the microphone in order to raise our voice.
Okay, Ildiko, I think you're probably going to say to me the same thing as Henriette, that you're optimistic as well, otherwise you wouldn't do what you do. Is that right?
I'm happy to translate. Yes, of course.
Okay, well, I think we'll just leave that there. That's a message of positivity, just yes. Okay, thank you very much and very well, congratulations.
Thank you. And just grabbing the microphone, because that's what we do. And we heard a lot about the elections. Let me remind everyone, because that's what I was taught for, raise our voice, shape our narrative, that there are 10, 12 million Roma in Europe who want to be heard, who want to be listened to, and we know actually what we want. I know that our advocacy skills are not the best because of long-term oppression and discrimination. But we know, for example, we want equal access to education, we want equal access to water, for example, or adequate housing, or we want our parents to live for the same age as non-Roma live for. So let me remind you that everybody reminded us election is upcoming, and we are
How
here,
could you forget?
and we want to be represented.
Okay, great, fantastic. And of course, we have the obligatory photo opportunity, ladies. Our next award now is a very important award. This is the Solidar Board Award. Rhymes, I didn't realize that. And the awardee is the Neven Subotic Foundation. And we're going to be presented by MEP Enrique Cuero. So please do come up.
Querida Paca, dear Connie, you have noticed that Spanish became tonight the mainstreaming language of this event, but I will say something in English, not in Spanish. If you prefer Spanish, I can move, but not in this moment. I was the member of the jury in the last 2 years. I've been honored by Connie Reuter and by Paca Sauquillo to be part of these awards. And I was the member of the jury that proposed a particular recognition of Neven Subotic Foundation. That was not because I am a football follower or football fan. As a matter of fact, I am a football fan, but from Barça, not from Bayern Munich or Borussia Dortmund, but because I am the standing rapporteur for humanitarian aid in the European Parliament. And this award to Neven Subotic Foundation is a recognition of the merits in the humanitarian field. And I want to just read the reasons that we presented to the jury in order to provide this recognition to Neven Subotic. Since 2013, this foundation is providing children from the poorest region in Africa with access to clean and safe drinking water, sanitation equipment, and hygiene, the WASP project. Thanks to that, more children can attend the school again, since they are no longer kept away from school because of the search for water, or due to the sickness caused by drinking contaminated water. More children die of contaminated water than of malaria, measles, and AIDS together, with a terrific record of 5,000 children die every day due to contaminated water. The foundation, the Neven Subotic Foundation, is a personal commitment of an exceptional football player, both concerning his playing skills and concerning his compromise with human and children's rights. Subotic was born in today's Bosnia-Herzegovina. Together with his parents, he came to Germany in 1990, but they immigrated to the USA in 1999 in order to avoid deportation to Bosnia-Herzegovina. In his career, he played for US, Serbian, German, and French football teams and recorded many successes. In the end, I will also like to extend a special thanks to all the partners for joining us and making this occasion a huge success. I have to recognize that the first time I heard about Neven Subotic, and he is probably the father of this award, is our member of the European Parliament, our colleague, our friend, Norbert Neusser, who has been always the voice supporting this prize for Neven Subotic Foundation. So this is.
Thank you. And I believe we have a very special video now to have a quick look at.
Dear ladies and gentlemen, I want to express my gratitude for the 2019 Silver Rose Award. It is a tremendous honor to win this award for myself and my team, and it will definitely be a big push for the coming years ahead. Our goal is to ensure that every person in this world has a secure access to water and safe sanitation, something that right now over 660 million people still lack. But we are sure that this award will help us gain ground and get to the goal much faster. Therefore, a big thank you for honoring and selecting us. And we also want to express our thank you to all the other organizations who are actively trying to make the world a better place. And I think most, if not all of them, are not only trying, but they are actually doing it. So for this, we want to pay our respects and say a big thank you again to all for this wonderful award. Personally, I cannot be there today because I have to work, but my team will be there to represent, and we are, again, as I said, very happy to be not only there, but also to receive this wonderful award. Thank you.
Well, it wouldn't be a proper award ceremony without a live video link, would it? Now, but ladies, you are here on the stage, so tell me a little bit. We here in Europe, in the centre of Europe, in Brussels, we take clean water for granted. So how big a challenge is it to get the message out?
With this award, you're making it a little bit easier for us. So thank you so much for that. It's not just an honor, but a sign that our work is recognized and heard. And also, we're being given the opportunity to spread the word and create consciousness for the importance of our work, which is really important because we're living in a world that still lacks a lot of global equity. For example, let me put it straight, I flush down drinking water every day, the toilet. And on the other hand, there are so many people that just lack fresh water every day. And it's time to do something about that. And we're young, we grew up in very privileged ways, and that does not just only mean that we're privileged, but that we have to take the responsibility that comes with that, which is see the luck that we had and also share it, and not let our efforts and engagement end at borders, but, you know, do it together. And this opportunity you give us, so thank you so much for being a platform for people who are promoting social justice and solidarity, and that you're allowing us to be one of them. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Shari. I think Shari has summed it up beautifully. Caroline, do you have any particular milestones that you feel proud about that you think have led to this award that you want to mention?
Well, I'm very proud that with the support of so many supporters of us, and with having support at this particular event, we realized more than 100 projects and provided access to so many people in the northern Tigrayan region of Ethiopia. So that's a milestone every day for me, and thank you very much that you all make that possible.
Thank you and congratulations. Okay, thank you very much. We are now approaching the end of the awards. We have our final award of the evening, the Special Jury Award. And the awardee is Senator Riza Hontiveros. But I will first give the floor to MEP Josef Wiedenholzer to explain a little bit the background behind this and the jury decision.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I'm very happy to be here, and it's a bit moving for me because I was one of the people here in the room who had been part of the founding generation of this prize, and I wasn't always able to attend. So, but to be back, it's a great feeling. I'm very happy. There are many difficult places on this globe, and the number of these difficult places is growing. One of the rather difficult places is the Philippines, and to be a progressive and a socialist in this context, this means a lot. So we are very happy that we have you here, because to fight for social justice, to fight for freedom, to fight for human dignity under these conditions, it is really, really difficult. The Philippines became a kind of showcase to which extremist masculinity can lead. The President Duterte is one of the symbols of this kind of new behavior, new thinking, which also finds followers in other countries, even in the European Union. Therefore, we are very happy to have you here, Riza Hontiveros. She is member of the Senate. She is a politician under these really difficult conditions. She is, I would say, the contact point, the focal point for all people who have hopes in these countries. They come to her. And not many progressive politicians in the Philippines. So we are very happy that we have you here. You came for this occasion and that we can award you with this prize. I was member of a delegation mission of the Human Rights Committee of our parliament to the Philippines, and we had the privilege to meet her, to talk to her. And this was a very depressive experience, actually, when we went to the Philippines. We had been told a lot of very, very dramatic dramatic developments. If you hear that death squadrons are just carrying out extrajudicial killings, that there is no rule of law. So this is really something very difficult. And it left us depressive when we were there. And you were one of the points, actually, where we could become optimistic again. Yeah? You and your colleague, De Lima, who is still in prison. She's an elected member of the House, and she still cannot go to the parliament because she's not allowed to vote. So people like you, women, in this extreme masculinist world, are fighting for our ideals, are fighting for our freedom. And this is, I think, very, very, very extraordinary, and we have to admire you. We really have to admire you. We have to be grateful to you, and we have to be proud, and we can be proud that people like you are members of our political family. So you keep us, you make us optimistic, and there had been already philosophers being quoted today. I want to quote the German philosopher Immanuel Kant. He said, optimism is a moral duty. Thank you very much.
Senator, please. Can you manage? Now, Senator, you're an experienced speaker. You don't need me to prompt you with a particular question. What would you like Europe to hear? Very well done on this award.
Thank you very much to dear friends and comrades and allies in our family, our social democratic and socialist and labor and human family. Because as Joseph said, it is our obligation, our duty even as human beings, even on days when we are not optimistic, to hope. So thank you so much for this beautiful silver rose, which I share with all my comrades in Akabayan Party and in the Philippine mass movement, out of which we were born. It means a lot to me and a lot to us at this time of the extrajudicial killings, at the time that our very own president is normalizing sexism and misogyny, at the time that what democratic institutions he cannot co-opt, he tries to weaken and destroy, so that his branch of government alone, his office alone, remains the pole of political power around which people can gravitate and mobilize. Your solidarity, your friendship, your companionship in this difficult journey is, for me and for us in Akabayan, a reminder and a challenge. A reminder that even under the worst circumstances, such as the sisters and the brothers who are awarded tonight show us, even under the worst circumstances, that struggle remains possible. And maybe victory somewhere down the road, victory for the people remains possible. And it is a challenge in order to continue living in that hope, in order to continue fighting and hoping towards that victory for the people, a challenge to do more, to keep on organizing, to keep on educating ourselves, to keep on mobilizing on many historic strategic battles and also in urgent ones, one of which I really appeal for you to add your voices to campaign beside us against an ongoing war against children in the Philippines. The drive of the President and his allies to lower the minimum age of criminal responsibility from our current 15 to, at first they tried 9, and now they're saying 12, as if it's any much better. So sorry for such a long answer, but this really means a lot to me and to all of us in Akbayan Party moving forward. Merci beaucoup. Muchas gracias.
And I think another round of applause, I think, will be necessary here. Thank you very much. Thank you, and once again, congratulations. And of course, congratulations to all the winners this evening and for all of those who took part, including the judges. I'm going to hand over now to Connie to say the final words and to congratulate him on the success of this evening. I will not, however, congratulate you on the success in the Champions League next week, as we're up against each other. But the floor is yours.
Yeah, well, I will do it in the end, but I will not forget it, because after your speech, Rees, it is so impressive because, well, what we are doing here in Brussels, this is nothing. Seriously, when we are tired in the evening, what do? We speak, we talk, we write, we provoke sometimes, but what is it? What is the risk? What is the risk? There's no risk. You represent the risk. The Roma Diversitas Foundation represents the risk. People working with migrants present risk. All what we have here, this represents risk and determination and the readiness to fight. This is the difference. And this is why I said if we are coming here, it's not just to have a nice evening or listen to, oh, it's very good, it's progressive, and we like this. No, you inspire us. And if anybody is doubting that facing the danger of the European elections and not have populists here, but have nationalists, have Nazis, and have new fascists here, if this is not giving, such an evening is not giving us any energy for this, I do not know what we can do more. I do not know what we can do more. Sergei, and also Luca, you come from our family as of civil society. I will not speak on the political side, it's another choice, but your house is the house of civil society. This is the house of European democracy. And what is our role? Today I received a book, which is called Lobbying in Brussels. I wrote an article inside, because sometimes people ask, what you're doing? And I'm saying, well, I'm the dirty lobbyist for the good cause. For sure, this is a provocation, but provocation wakes up the people, and we need to wake them up, we need to shake them up, and to say we cannot continue like this. It's not a European project where we just continue and say, yeah, it needs to be a little bit more social, perhaps the internal market needs to be regulated, perhaps this a little bit more, this a little bit else. No, if we do not go out in the street and you do not fight for the voices and are not inspired by what you do in the Philippines. In your country, a year and a half ago, I was there for a solidarity mission with the Progressive Alliance, because we are proud in Solidar to be part of the Progressive Alliance. Has anybody of you participated in a press conference in the country where people tell you that 1/3 of the journalists and press people there coming from the police? Sitting in a room and being told that the so-called journalists, 1/3 of them are police people. I can tell you I felt very bad when I was sitting in the plane leaving the country, because I was thinking, I'm going home, going home. You know this from Woodstock, I'm going home. Johnny Winter, no. I'm going home, but you are still there, and you will go back, and you will do the fight. And this is our engagement. If we do not know why we are in Solidar, why we're in the socialist family, that we are with the left, with the Greens, that we are with the trade union movement, this is why we stand for. And we should every day think on evenings like this, because these are the inspiring evenings. This is what we need. This is what we need, not the brain drain, but put this here inside and get inspiration and work for change. I do not want that sometimes my children are asked by them children, why did your father not react? I asked my father why in 1933 they did not react. And he told me that he could react a little bit as far as it was possible. I had a mother who joined the Nazi youth. I loved my mother, and this will not change. But I do not want that we get again in another situation that is similar. And this is why we have to stand up for the European elections. This is why we cannot just say, oh, another evening in the European Parliament, another debate, it's very nice, we love each other, fantastic. So this is, please take back home this energy. This is so much needed. Usually the exercise is to thank everybody, and dear friends and some comrades, MEPs, parliamentarians, sorry, I will not make the long list, but we are happy to have so many out of you, so don't feel offended. You know that we appreciate that you are here, and we will continue working with you and challenge you, and we hope to see many of you back in the next year. You can always join Silver Rose event, but we want the Progressive to be stronger in the next edition. I want also, when it comes to the thanks, well, particular thanks the jury members who have given their time, free time, and helped us to get this through. I want to thank particularly, and I want them to stand up, the Solidar staff. Yeah. You are allowed to stand up and to see yourself, perhaps to come over. And I want particular to thank Eugenie. Don't misinterpret it. In Eugenie there is genie, genius. But, well, it is not your last Silver Rose Award. It's always lifelong learning, don't worry. And, well, thank you very much. It is enormous hard work, and we know this. I want to thank the S&D group and the staff. I want to thank the PS. I want to thank our media partner, Euractiv, because you all know of this damned Breitbart. You also know that we have some big media in Brussels which is financed by American capital and by Springer. This is not democratic media. And I think the left, we should not quote them. But how many times also civil society are quoting them? There are other quotes and other sources. We should go to the other sources. So thank you very much, Euractiv, for your support in this evening like in the past. We have also musicians here who will continue. We will have a drink, but now after the political thing, sometimes I'm asked, what is the best job you can have in Brussels? I say, Secretary General of Solidar, but there is one better. I'm president of the Borussia Dortmund supporters, and as we play against each other, I have the pleasure. You should study for the next game of the Spurs. Well, someone will win. Last year it was us. Next year time it was you.
I hope you're going to do fine next week.
Yeah, well, there will be many of this room who will be sitting in a bar in a pub in Brussels and do so. But what is inside? This club also, whenever there's also on the Holocaust Day, who made the statement? The fan club of my club. The club made the statement, a clear statement against racism. No beer for racists. Who is promoting this? Yeah? Borussia and others. This is close. But Enrique, you discovered Neven Subotic Foundation, and I think you cannot escape. Next year it will be in Spanish. I recommend page 50 and page 90. So then we'll see. Having said this, well, I wish all us an inspiring, powerful evening. Yeah, there is no reason to give up. You said it. You may lose, but you win in experience, and you always need to stand up, get up, stand up, fighting for your rights. If you say this, you do not need to make like Bob Marley and smoke, but you can do it without smoke. Just feel the energy, feel the spirit. Go ahead, and let's move together. And please, the awardees and the jury, come back on the stage. Let's make a photo, all the speakers. We meet again, and we will continue. Thank you very much.
the tall Albanian, yeah. 200 meters sky.
We have to move this.
You have to be in there.
Shall we put this aside?